Good morning, everybody. It's July the 6th, 2026. We're looking at AT&T and Oracle. Do we need to buy AT&T? The RSI is less than 30. Do we need to buy more of Oracle? Golly, we're going to look into that. It's about 8:14 Central Time. We've got about 16 minutes until the opening bell for the market. I hope you're having a great day. I hope hope you had a great 4th of July weekend. And do you know what today is? Today is the first day of the rest of your life. And so let's embrace today. Let's have a great day. Let's just try to learn a little bit about the market. Hey, this is for entertainment purposes only. You want to go to my YouTube channel, Trade with Neil, and learn from my mistakes. I can tell you what I'm doing. I'm showing you what I'm doing, and we can just walk down this path of trading and investing together, because it's certainly not a destination, guys. It's a journey. It's a everyday journey. Okay, so let's look at the market. Let me share my screen and let's go to the market. Excuse me. The S&P 500 right now is, you can see up here, it's 747.71. So it's up about $3 a share. So futures are green. They are up. I have marked the pre-market high and the pre-market low. You see 748.85 pre-market high, 746 pre-market low. The market is, as we speak, leaking just a little bit. What we want to do, what I like to do anyway on Mondays, is for sure look at our forward earnings calendar. What companies are going to give their earnings this week? We want to look at the economic calendar. What kind of economic reports are out there? Kind of see what's coming up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm going to show you how to do that. I also want to go back and look at FinViz. I want to make sure that I've got my companies that I'm looking for that have printed the RSI less than 30. Make sure that watch list is current, up to date. And I'm going to show you some insider trades. What are the insiders doing? What are the people that work for Walmart? The executives, the big wigs, they got all of this stock, okay? All of these stock options. That's how these people get paid, not only in salary, but they give them stock. What are they doing with that stock? Are they buying it? Are they selling the company stock? So there's a way that you can go into FinViz and you can see that. It gives you what the insiders are doing. And I'm sure you can figure this out. If you see a lot of people selling Walmart stock, is that good or bad? That's bad. If the insiders are getting rid of their own stock, that tells you they don't see a lot of appreciation with that company. Excuse me, that company's stock in the future. Okay, so AT&T and Oracle. Let's look at Oracle first, and let's go to the. I've got a 6-month chart. Yeah, year to date, basically January until now. And you can see that Oracle is trading, the RSI is at 2671. We are in Oracle. I bought Oracle last week, early part of last week. I think I'd have to grab my paperwork and look, but I went over in the last video, that we are down in Oracle. How much are we down? Here it is. We are down $313.16. I paid $16 for a 150 strike. That means I want that price of the stock to be over $150. Right now it's trading at 140.27. That's where it closed Friday. But right now I'm in a 150 call. A call means that you want the stock to go higher. A put means you want the stock to go lower. Okay, so we bought Oracle when it broke below the RSI 30. It has stayed there, so consequently we're losing money. We want it to come out of that less than 30, and then we're going to be making money. Okay, so the option, I only have one contract, but the option is it expires September the 18th. So we've got right now 74 days to expiration, plenty of time for this company to come back. Good news, it's bid up right now. Okay, so let's go back to this 5-minute chart, and you can see right now the stock is trading at 144. It just clicked 144.80. So we're up $4 a share. Is that going to recoup that $300 loss? Probably not. No, I would say more than likely. And we can look at it when the bell rings and look for sure. But there's two numbers on the Oracle chart that are very important to me. Okay. The first number is 142.90. So I want to mark that. And you see it here. What that is the pre-market low. Okay. And I'm going to mark that on the chart. And then we have, you see at the top here, 147. So pre-market Oracle sold for 147 and 142.90. So why did I mark that? I know as a trader and an investor that if we can break, any company can break its pre-market high, that is very positive. If it breaks the pre-market low, very negative. Right now, what we're looking at, we need Oracle to get over 147 today. And that's a pretty good hill to climb. That's another $3, which would equate to basically the stock being up about $8 a share. Could it do it? Sure, it could. But that's the level we're looking at. And I'm not saying that we're going to sell at that level. I'm just saying that technically that would be a good level for this stock to break out and get back to that 150 level and maybe over 150 level. Okay, that's Oracle. We're in Oracle. Should we buy more? You know, I said the last video that I was going to buy more if it stayed down. If it breaks down below the 142.90, I will probably buy another contract. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. I don't believe Oracle is going to stay under 30 RSI for over a month. And when it breaks out, I want to be there. I want to be in it. And I believe I can make some money. Okay. The low, I'm back to the 6-month chart here. The low is 134.57. So that's certainly the support level. Man, I don't want it to break below 140. Okay. This 140 level here is really important. These even numbers, it goes below 140, may go to 135, 130, etc. Maybe we can stay above this 140 level, and this company gets to turn around a little bit, and we can get out of it or get it out of the RSI less than 30 and make some money. Okay, so you can look on the chart at the very bottom, February, I'm going to mark it here, February the 5th, Oracle got down to an RSI, looks like about 20. Okay, so how long did it stay less than 30? It got less than 30 at the 1st of February, and it broke out of 30 looks like about February 6, 7. Okay, 6, 7. Wish I hadn't said that. Just saying. Anyway, okay, so it stayed under 30 about a week. So we've been under 30 now. Looks like about a week. We got under 30 around 6:25, 26, and it is 7.2, and it's still under it. So over a week, or right at it. So I am looking, given the history of Oracle, for Oracle to break out of this less than 30 RSI today. Excuse me, not today, this week. This week, I'm going to make a prediction today. It's 8:23 Central Time, July the 6th, 2026, that Oracle will break out of the RSI 30 this week. Let's see if I'm right. I hope I am. Okay. And that's given the history of the stock. Okay, let's go to AT&T. Should we buy AT&T? We know AT&T is a good company, major telecommunication company. We give them, I don't know how much money, probably $200 a month, every month for many, many years for these cell phones. So AT&T, Verizon, these major two telecommunication carriers have been killed. Why? Because of SpaceX, and inside of SpaceX, Starlink. So Starlink is the Elon Musk company that 12 million people have their Wi-Fi service, And there a lot of people are saying that they're going to really disrupt the telecommunications space. So the telecommunications stocks have sold off. AT&T right now is at 28.55. I did notice Friday that we had a little bit of a curl up. If you may not be able to see that on your screen, but it's curling up. It's under 30, but it's doing this. And if you look at this last candle where it made a low Friday, I'm going to make that a little bigger. This is Friday's candle right here. Okay, here. Let me back that down. It might be a little better for you. Right here. So Friday, it made a low of 1989, and it made a high of 2102. Looks like a cross here, doesn't it? Okay, that's a high and a low. And so when it got down to 1989, obviously a lot of people came in and bid it up. So that's where that little curve is. So what we're looking for today, we would need for AT&T to break the high of Friday, which was 2102. Right now, AT&T is at 2064. It's up a little bit from Friday's close of 2058. But either way, we're going to watch AT&T closely. And let's go to the flexible 5 and 15-minute chart. And AT&T is getting a bid as I'm speaking. It's 2070. Okay, the high, the pre-market high is 2076. Pre-market low is 2059. And let's see, the trade tab. I don't have AT&T. I want to get AT&T. I would be interested in the September 18 strike of 20. Okay, why not 19? Because it's right at 20. 20's got 972 open interest contracts that I'm looking at. And the bid ask on that is 140, 154. So I'm going to watch where this thing opens. I tell you what I can do. I can go ahead and click the buy on the ask. Excuse me. I'm not going to buy 10 contracts. I'm going to buy about three contracts on that. And I'm going to wait. Let's see, 140, 154. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to put 147. I'm going to kind of split that. You've got 14 cents, right? 154, 140, 14 cents half is 7. So we can say 147. I'm not going to put the order in. I'm just going to go back to the chart and I'm going to wait. We got 2 minutes, 33 seconds before the market opens. And what I want to do is look at some other stocks before the market opens. And then after the market opens, we can look at this trade and we may go ahead and get into that trade. And then I'll go and we can look together at weekly earnings. We can look at the economic reports and go into FinViz a little bit, then go back to our trade and see how it's doing. Okay, so SpaceX is at the top of my list up here. You can see it's trading 3.3 million shares. It will go into the NASDAQ 100 today, probably do that at the end of the trading session. So if you're long SpaceX, you're probably going to get a pop at the end of it. Excuse me. So be aware of that. Okay, Tesla's showing earnings, or excuse me, showing some kind of news, and I don't see anything real big there. Apple, I see a news circle there, nothing super big, but the VIX is the volatility index, which is the fear index, and I can talk to you a little bit about that. It's up 68 cents. The VIX goes up, fear goes up, the market goes down. That's it. Okay. So as long as the VIX is under 20, options are usually okay to buy. They're not that expensive. We'd like for them to be around 15. The lower the VIX, the lower the premiums. That means that the less it's going to cost you. It gets over a 20 VIX, you're better off buying shares. But we can look at that another day. But today, I do want you to see a 6-month chart of the VIX volatility index. This is the fear. How fearful are people, our traders of the market? Okay, so when the VIX goes up, the market will go down. VIX goes up, they're going to sell the market. They're going to short the market. So right now, we are in a wedge basically, and we need this VIX to break below 15. And right now, we're working on a higher high and a higher low, which is not good, not good for the market. So let's go back to SPY. Let's go to the S&P 500. There's your opening bell. And the S&P 500, the pre-market high 748, just broke above that. You see this? I hope you can. Okay, so that's good. We got a little bit of buying coming into the market. Let's see here if we got any news. Not a whole lot of news. Okay, AT&T is up a quarter. Okay, so up 30 cents now. It's probably pushed completely out of the 30 RSI, and it has. Right now it's trading at 32.50. So we're not going to buy it unless it's less than 30. We probably should have bought it Friday, but we're going to stick with our discipline. We don't want to enter a trade unless it's less than 30 on the RSI on the daily chart. And right now it's 31.86. Now, what we know is that the market the first 10, 15 minutes is going to fluctuate. Lots of buy and sell orders in and out, okay? So we can be patient on AT&T. We can be patient on the market. We can kind of back off and say, okay, let's just see what happens. I'm looking at Oracle. Oracle is up $5 now. So let's look. We were down $313. Remember Friday. What has this done to our profits? So let's go to trade and let's see. It looks like let me delete this order. Maybe we can get I don't see anything trading on Oracle on the September 18th, so it's a little early. So the options market has not really opened on Oracle yet. We're still early. We're 2 minutes into the end of the day. So I can't tell you. It's still showing 313, so there's no trades. Okay, it's going to have to trade before it does that. We can go to AT&T. Okay, so AT&T, let's see here. See look what AT&T did. It went all the way up to 2091, and now it's all the way back down to 2062, low of the day. So let's go to the trade tab. We're interested in the September 18, 20 strike, remember? And wow, look at the bid ask on this thing. 116 to 189. So that's a big 70-cent gap. That's way too big. You want that gap to be smaller. And so we're going to wait on that. We're not even going to put an order in that. It's probably back below 30 on the RSI now. And it is 29.96 because it's sold off. But this is a great lesson for you. Buying and selling stocks the first 5-6 minutes of the trading day, not a good idea. Okay, that's going to have a lot of fluctuation. You're probably going to make a good or probably going to make a bad sell or buy the first 5 minutes. Either way you go, it's better to let the market kind of settle. And what I like to do is wait usually 15 minutes. Now, have I done that all the time? No, I haven't. Okay, just like on a day trade, anytime it breaks below or breaks above the previous day high or the pre-market high, it's a good time to go long. Just like going long on SPY right now, but I'm not going to do it. Okay, because I'm looking at other things. Okay, I don't want a day trade right now. I want everything to kind of settle. I want to look at AT&T and get into that. It's gone red now. Looks like nearly about a penny. And Oracle's still trading at 407. Let's go back to Oracle. I'm just kind of thinking out loud and see if we can get an update. We do have an update. Check this out. The 150 calls are bid at 1420, and the ask is 1510. So now we're down $135. We were down 300 bucks. The stock has popped up a little bit. That obviously that's helped bring back some profits on paper. Okay, we're still red. We're not in the black on Oracle. Oracle's selling off right now as we speak. And let's look at the market and see what the S&Ps are doing. The S&Ps are still pretty strong. Okay. Just taking a glance, SpaceX is up, Tesla's up, Palantir, we sold that last week, made some good money on that, sold Netflix, it's down a little bit, sold Microsoft, looks like it's down a little bit, but excuse me. Mixed bag on the tech stocks, some are up, some are down. Looking at the value names on the second part of my screen, Pfizer, pharmaceutical stocks are down. Nike is way off, 146. Space stocks, Redwire, Archer up a little bit. Rocket Labs is down. ASTS is down. So your risk off stocks, when they take risk off the table, they get into the food stocks, the Walmarts, things of that nature. Those are having a little bit of a sell off right now. People are probably transferring, traders, that is, algorithms, money out of that into something else. Okay, let's look at Trade Flash and see if there's any big news on that. I don't really see anything. I don't know. Somebody just bought 1.9 million shares of EWG at 42.46. So that's about $90 million. Somebody just popped into that company. Have no idea what it is. Trade Flash will just give you all of the major buy and sales. Let's look at the top 10 actives in the New York Stock Exchange. Micron is up $18. I'm not following Micron. It's just kind of moved away from everything, and I'm not interested in that. Let's look at the NASDAQ top 10. Excuse me. Don't see anything that sticks out there. Okay. All right. So let's go back to my original screen, and let's see. Oracle has had a major sell-off. It's up only $2 a share. Okay. And a bit full disclosure, now we're down $198. Okay, $200. Okay, so you see how this thing can go. AT&T is up 2 cents a share. There it is. Got down to 20.47. We're just going to chill. We're going to wait. So while we're doing that, let's go back to the SPY. Let's get educated a little bit. So let's stop sharing this screen. Go back to the main screen. Excuse me. I want to look at earnings calendar. What earnings are going to be announced this week that might move the market? Well, you can go to this calendar. You can go to any of them. If I can quit coughing. Market Watch. You can go to that, and right here is Monday, July the 7th. It shows you at what time. This is usually going to be in Eastern time, ET. So I'm in Central, so that'd be 8:45. Not a whole lot of big stuff there. Excuse me. Tuesday, no event scheduled. See this. Wednesday, July the 8th, you've got monthly wholesale trade. At 1 o'clock, it says 2 here, but we know 1 Central. The committee, Federal Open Market meeting minutes, the minutes of the meeting is going to be published. A lot of times that can move the market. What are these people saying at the Fed behind the scenes? Okay, they're talking about, hey, I think we ought to raise rates. I think we ought to lower rates. Those meeting minutes can actually move the market 1 o'clock Wednesday. Thursday at 7:30, we got weekly jobless claims. At 9 o'clock, you got existing home sales. So really this week, not a lot of big earnings reports. So let's look at next week, okay, which would be Monday, July the 13th. Okay, so you can see on Tuesday the 14th, you've got CPI, Consumer Price Index. That will move the market. That's an inflationary or an inflation index. Is inflation going up? Is it going down? These CPI numbers move the market. Then you've got PPI on Wednesday, producer price index, same thing. So next week, lots of earnings reports that will certainly move the market. It will make the market go up or down immediately when it's reported. This week, not a whole lot of stuff on the earnings calendar. You need to know what the earnings calendar is, what they're saying, what they're going to announce. That just helps us make good decisions. Okay. I'm not so sure that I even shared that. Okay. I don't think I did. So let's go to the earnings calendar. And here we go. Here's the earnings calendar. I did it again. I talked about it and didn't share, I'm pretty sure. But here's the earnings calendar real quick again. So there, I went through this. You heard me. So we're talking about Monday. Here's Wednesday, not a whole lot. And then I talked to you at length, like next week, you've got next Tuesday CPI right here. Okay. And then you got next Wednesday week, I should say, PPI. So that's on Market Watch. This is free. You can just punch this up, economic calendar. See here, you can punch in economic calendar and it'll show you all kinds of different places you can find stuff. But you need to know what the economic calendar is going to report so that it can kind of help you. How could it help you? Well, a week from Wednesday, we have CPI. Okay, let's just look at it. So actually Tuesday. Let's just say that let's just say I'm in stocks. I've got stock. Let's say I buy AT&T today. AT&T does well, and Monday it does well. And I know that we've got CPI that's going to be reported Tuesday morning, 7:30. Well, it may be a good time to take those profits. Why? Because if we get a really hot CPI number that's telling the Federal Reserve we need to raise rates to slow things down, that'll make the market go down. It will pull AT&T down. So I want to go ahead and take those profits. That's the reason you need to know exactly about these economic reports. It can really move the market. So if you're in a stock and you're doing well, it may be a good time to take your profit. Consequently, or maybe I should say conversely, if you're looking at buying something, you could wait for that report and say, you know what, if it's a hot report, the market goes down, I'm going to get into it at a little cheaper price the next morning. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing that and go back to this. And I want to share earnings. So let's go to, you can go to Twitter. That's where I go. And I go to Twitter and I punch in over here under search, earning whispers. And I don't even follow it. I just punch it in because I look at it usually once a week. I want to know what companies are going to announce their earnings this week. Well, look at this: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So you've got before the open and after the open, or after the close. Okay, so you have some companies report their earnings before the market opens. Okay, and some do it after the market closes. That's totally their prerogative. Okay, well, you need to know that. Why do you need to know that? Well, if you wanted to buy Helen of Troy, okay, before they announced their earnings, you would have to do it, obviously, Tuesday, because they announce those earnings before the market opens on Wednesday. That's the reason you need to know it. PepsiCo, you like Lay's chips, you like Diet Mountain Dew, I love them. Okay, if I wanted to say, you know what, I think PepsiCo is going to, Pepsi's going to have really, really good earnings, and I want to be in that stock. I want to buy options. I want to buy shares, and I'm really high on it for whatever reason. Well, I've got Monday. I could buy it today, tomorrow, or Wednesday. Okay, I got to buy it before Wednesday close. Why? Because they announce Thursday before the market opens. So you can go to Earnings Whispers and it will tell you what companies are announcing earnings each day. So we have nothing today. And quite honest, you can look at this and there's not much. Now, next week and the next, we may get to look at it and it'll be filled. And you're going to have really big companies that'll really move the market. Okay. None of these companies are going to move the market. Okay. What does that mean? That means when Apple announces earnings, it has really good earnings, the whole market will go up. Really bad earnings, it will pull the whole market down. Why? Because it's such a big company. It's in the top 10 of every mutual fund in the universe. So it's a big companies will move the market. I don't see any really big companies here that will do that. The biggest obviously is going to be PepsiCo and Delta. There's WD-40. I'm sure some of you guys know what that is, but there's really nothing, Levi's, really nothing there interesting to me. I mean, I will definitely make note of PepsiCo and Delta, but the one that I guess that would stick out the most for me would be PepsiCo. How are these consumer products companies doing? I know that their volumes are down because of GLP-1 drugs, because of the people more aware of being healthy. We're not drinking as many drinks as we used to. We're not eating as many chips. Unfortunately, pretty much I am. But society, we're definitely drinking more water and eating healthier and living longer. Is that good for consumer products companies? No, it's not, because they work on volume. Okay. And most of the stuff that they sell is not healthy. Okay. Healthy stuff don't taste good and yada, yada. Okay. So that's earnings. So we don't have this week, we don't have really a lot of big earnings reports. We don't have a lot of big economic calendar events that's going to be reported, but I did want you to see that. So I'm going to stop sharing this one and let's share FinViz. Okay, we talked about FinViz last week on the last video. And so finviz.com is a free service, lots of advertisements, kind of like stock charts. And but it's invaluable if you want to be an investor. It's invaluable if you want to look at if you want to screen for companies for whatever metrics. But there's a couple of things in here we're going to make sure on. First is RSI. So let's do that now. We're going to go to the screener and we're going to go to all. Look at that advertisement. We're going to click on all. And do you remember the market cap? We're going to go to the market cap and we're going to go mid plus mid. So we're going to have over $2 billion market cap for each company minimum. We're going to go to RSI on the second column, and we're certainly going to oversold 30. We're looking for companies that have an RSI right now of less than 30. And we also were looking at volume. Now this is the tricky thing. It's just 40, it's 8:48, okay, Central Time. The market hadn't been open, but 18 minutes. So normally we do 1 million shares. Okay, but that would be under current volume. We're going to put in average volume of over 1 million shares. Okay, but you have to be careful because the market hadn't been open very long. Okay, so make sure you do average and not current. So here's another advertisement. Click out of that. So we've got 2 pages in alphabetical order. I'm looking at Dow Chemicals. I own Dow Chemicals. I bought it when it was less than 30. I'm down on it. I own Halliburton, the number 9 company here. As you put your cursor over it, it will populate a chart. Okay. Both of those, Dow and Halliburton, I'm in both of them because the RSI is less than 30. Unfortunately, it stayed there longer than I would appreciate, but I have September 18 options on both of those. So we still have plenty of time. So we're going to hold them. We're going to be patient. And I think both of those companies announce earnings in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so let's keep going and let's go down. I don't see anything. Let's go to the second page. and we're looking that probably AT&T is going to pop up, and there it is. There's AT&T right here. Okay, AT&T is at 2059, so it's right under that that 30 RSI. As we speak, it's traded 3 million shares. So AT&T, remember our opening bell, it went way up 2019, and it's come back down. So we're definitely going to be looking into that and may purchase that here in the next 5 minutes. Okay. So that's how you screen for stocks that have an RSI less than 30. Now, there's one thing that I didn't click, and that was, I think I told you on the video, country. The last column is country, and it's any. I want to focus on countries that are in America. Okay, just the United States based here. And I just clicked that. So it populated, look at there, 15 companies. Instead of 2 pages, now we've got 15. My Dowd, my Halliburton, there's my AT&T. Okay, so I mentioned to you insiders. What are the insiders doing in this country with their stock, the companies that they work for? So you see at the very top here, you see screener, go over to the right, and it says insider. Click on that. Okay, when you click on insider, okay, go over to the far right where it says filter, and by default, it has all transactions. Click on that and click sale. And now it's going to populate all the sales, all of the insiders that have sold their stock. Okay. Now, most of these companies, remember, there's over 10,000 companies in the world that trade on this New York Stock Exchange, American Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, all of that. So the universe of stocks, very big. Okay. So a lot of these tickers you're not going to recognize, but some you might. Okay. So I always look at it. I just scroll down, see if there's anything. And if I'm like, hey, SE over here, I see where there's four insiders, the COO, CFO, there's the president there, and what is SC? Okay, so I come over here and I look at it, and it's C Ltd, and there's an ADR, American Depository Receipts. It's a company that's probably based out of China, the Far East, but a lot of people are selling their stock. Okay, so you can look at it. I mean, this one guy, Yi Yang, the COO, on July the 1st, he sold at $100.89, 20,000 shares, which equates to $2 million. So you've got several insiders that are selling a lot of stock on that company for whatever reason. Okay. I wouldn't be wanting to buy shares in that company. Okay. So let's just continue. I don't see any big company that stands out for our educational purposes. Here's Pinterest. I'm sure everybody knows that company. And this Mr. Benjamin Silberman, or Silberman, it's going to be Benjamin Silberman. Director has sold, looks like about 100,000 shares for $2 million, 2 different times, June 30, July 1. So you've got an insider that's selling Pinterest. Let's go on down. Here's XYZ, which is Block. Got an insider that sold 2 insiders. No, just one. Matthew Eisen. He has sold stock. Looks like he sold about $5 million, about $3.5 million worth of stock. Not good. And the stock is doing well. Okay, so he's caught it at a high, and the director's like, this is a good time to sell. Here's Micron, a director that sold some stock, $1.5 million worth of stock. Reddit, sure you're familiar with Reddit. I'm going to keep going. Here's Roku. I'm sure some of you use Roku. Here's a director that sold, a couple of directors. One sold $76,000 worth of stock. One sold 281. We could go on and on, but this is populated every day. And you can go through here and you can look and say, okay, here's some stock sales. This is interesting. I like to look at buys. What directors or insiders are buying their own stock? That's a really good clue that it may be a good time to get into that company. So I always look at this every day, and I don't take very much time. I just look for companies that I'm aware with, I might be interested in. I don't go down through there looking for every little company. You can do that if you'd like to. I'm hearing something on my computer. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Let's see here. I don't see anything that stands out on insider buys that I'm aware of as far as the company. And we'll keep looking. And I hope you can see this. Remember, you can put your cursor over the stock symbol, and it will give you the chart, and it will tell you exactly what it is. Nothing stood out to me. Okay. So on FinViz, I look at a couple of things. I always screen for my RSI less than 30, and I also look at insiders. You can look at all kinds of stuff. You can go to the home. I'm going to click on home, and it will show you everything. It'll show you how the market's doing. You can see right now the Dow's down 30. That's this first box. The NASDAQ is up. S&P is up a little. The Russells, your small caps, excuse me, it's up. It gives you a color-coded picture of a lot of the companies that are up, which is green, a lot of them that are down, which is red. Gives you the top gainers at new high, new low, overbought, okay, oversold, all of that. You got all kinds of top losers, a new low. Here's most volatile, downgrade, insider selling. So it does a lot of that for you. And you just keep coming down. Here's headlines. You can read the headlines. And here's an insider box. There's two of them. Okay, it tells you what directors are doing what, buy and sell. Here's your futures box. It'll tell you about gold, oil, gas, how all of that's doing. So a lot of information you can play with if you're interested and you want to get acclimated to that. I'm going to stop sharing, okay? And we're going to go back to our live stream. And one of these days, I may have enough people that are following that I will come to this screen and I will see over here in the chat box, maybe you, and you're like, hey, I don't understand how you did this. Will you please go through that? And I will exactly do that, okay? I will help you any way that I can. And so this is a place to do that through the live video. And so let's share our screen back to our trading platform. And let's see what the market is doing. And let's see here. We're coming up on 8:58. Remember what I told you last week about 9 o'clock after the first 30 minutes? A lot of times the market starts to change directions. A lot of times it doesn't, but a lot of times it will, like the market is up right now, $4.13 on the S&P. Highly likely that it may sell off a little bit at 9 o'clock, and then it may start coming back. Okay. So we need to be aware of that, especially if we're thinking about buying stock, if we're thinking about selling stock. Okay. So let's go to the one we talked about, AT&T. So AT&T is at 2048. Let's go to the 6-month chart. It is trading at 27.97 on the RSI. And let's go to the trade tab, September 18, and go to the 20 strike, excuse me. And the 20 strike right now is bid at 134. The ask is at 148. So you're going to buy it. So you want to click the ask, just like I did. And I could buy 10 contracts. It would cost me at that price $1,480. I don't want 10. I'm going to buy 3, and that's going to put me pretty close to $500. And I'm not going to put it in at 147. I'm going to put it in at 140. I'm going to kind of split that. Okay, 135 to 147 is 12. That's 12 cents divided by 2 is 6 cents. And so I've actually got it at 140, which is 7 cents. Let's confirm it and let's send it and let's see if we get filled. Okay. So when you go to your 5-minute chart, here's my order. I've got 3 limit order. That's what that means, LMT. 3, if I put it over the cursor again. So I got 3 at September 18, 2026, 20 strike. Okay, that means the price 20. And you can see that the price of the stock would have to come down to $20.37. Look at that. Just feel as I'm talking. Okay, so the market maker filled the order, okay, and said, hey, we're going to go ahead and fill that even though it was further away from the price. That's the reason you don't want to put your order in on the ask, okay? And as you can see, the stock just came down, okay? So we're in it, and we're in AT&T. We bought AT&T when the RSI is basically around 28. I'm going to make a mark on that, 28. And let's go to the trade tab, and you can see that we've got 3 options, 3 call options, and they're 20 strike, okay? And they cost us $1.40 a piece plus 66 cents per contract, okay? And right now it's bid at 140, so we have no profit, we have no loss, okay? So we're in it. Let's go to Oracle. And let's look at Oracle. Oracle is trading at a 29 RSI. It's come up a little bit, but we know that today it's actually sold off from the first 5 minutes. Look at that. It got up to 145.64. It's trading up about $2.15. And I'm down $220. I think I was down 300 and something when we started this morning. Remember that? You can go back and look at the video. And now we're down, looks like 218. Paid $16 for the call. It's at $13.90. Okay. So I'm not going to buy another option on Oracle. I'm not going to add to it right now. If we get a pretty good sell-off and the shares get back down to 140 or even break that, I'll probably go back in. Because like I said, I'm banking on Oracle to come out of the RSI less than 30 this week. Let's see if I'm right on that. May not be. Okay, so let's go back to the flexible grid and let's look at the state of the market, S&P 500. Okay, so pretty strong. And I haven't done this, I don't think, live yet, but I love to buy the S&P when it clicks the RSI less than 30 on the 5-minute chart. You're looking at a 5-minute chart. I'm looking at a 5-minute chart on the left. It's 15-minute on the right. Okay. That first line at the top line right here, 748.85, is the pre-market high. So the stock or the market is right at the pre-market high. It broke above it, but it just didn't stay. Okay. So if we wanted to, we could say, okay, we could put another mark at the high of the day. We could put it right here, 749.54. Okay. So we know that's the high of the day. I mean, we didn't have to put the line. We can see that window or that little caption. But like I was telling you, you want to be careful here. We've got the 821 that's crossed positive. This white line is the 8 EMA. And the fluorescent is going to be the 21, or maybe that's teal. I'm not real good with colors. The green one is going to be the 200. So you can see the market, the S&P 500 is doing good today. It's up $4 a share at 748.83. It's above the pre-market high. Now it's below the pre-market high. But we want to wait a little bit and see what's going on. Let's check the news. Okay, at 9 o'clock, we had news that broke the non-manufacturing prices for June, 67.7, okay, versus 71.3, down, which is good. Okay, Non-manufacturing PMI, 54 versus 54.2, about the same. And you got employment, 51.2, which is up, which is pretty good. So you've got a 9 o'clock news break that didn't do a whole lot in the market. But right now, it's not a good time for me to take a trade on the S&P 500. I'd rather wait. Now, down at the bottom, you see I've got the RSI. And right now, the RSI on the 5-minute is 50. Okay. So if you see this, if it gets down in here, it's going to break the 30. I would go long. But right now, we're just kind of in the middle. We're kind of chopping. Okay. So you just want to be patient. Oracle sold off even further. I'm looking at it over here, $1.17. Okay. It's hitting nearly at the low of the day. AT&T is down 12 and a half cents. It's up a little bit probably from where we bought it. Not much, but Pfizer's still leaking, not doing real good. The space stocks are down a little bit. There's Rocket Lab, ASTS, Redwire's doing okay. Walmart's off. Target is off. Target's way off, $4. What's up with Target? Let's see. Just some selling. Let's look at the RSI on Target. Okay, we're still at a 42, so we're good on that. Now, I will do this real quick for you and show you something. In my trading platform, I go in and scan for the RSI all the time. Okay, so I can do that right now, and I've got up here 2 million shares. I don't have to go to FinViz. I've got a screener and TOS too, Thinkorswim. But right now, everything that's traded at minimum 2 million shares, even this early, you can see here's Oracle. And you've got a 28.2 RSI, 28.17. This is live. AT&T, 27.9. Okay. So I do that from time to time. But normally I like to wait till the trading day is over, look and see what's populated on the RSI less than 30, and look at a swing trade, because I'm not looking at buying these companies and selling them the next day most of the time, unless there's big event coming up. But I want to buy them and hold them for a little while and give them time to come out of that less than 30 RSI. Okay, excuse me. Right now, looks like Tesla's getting a bid. Tesla is up big, and don't know. I don't see any news. You can see here it reversed about 8:45 my time, and it's over $400, 401.23. Okay, so that's good. But most of the stuff that I'm looking at on the tech stocks are down. Amazon's down, Microsoft, Netflix, Apple's up, Oracle's up a little bit. AMD, the semiconductors are up, but Palantir's up. We sold that last Thursday, maybe. Can't remember now. But SpaceX is up $3 a share. Okay, remember what I said about SpaceX? It's going into the NASDAQ 100, and lots of buying will be coming in. Probably about 10 minutes. Market on close before the market closes today. So SpaceX could end up having a pretty good day. Post market, it may sell off. You may have some people that sell it after the news, and it could have a red day tomorrow. So if you want to be long SpaceX, if you want to find a good entry, today may not be the very best time to enter, especially if you want to go long, if you want to buy shares or buy calls. I would probably wait till tomorrow, or maybe just kind of watch it, because after it gets in the index and gets all of that buying, it's going to be bid up, and a lot of people will come in and take advantage of that and take some profits, and that will create some opportunity if you want to get in it at a cheaper price and go long. Okay. Overall, the market is kind of, I don't know, not real strong. overall, I'm looking at a lot of red. Let's go back to trade flash. I've got 9 things that have come up. Okay, somebody sold 1.4 million shares of BND at a 73.07 price. Bitcoin is down. Small caps off to a strong start. So looks like small IWM is 298. It's up $1.36. Okay, so Trade Flash is part of Think or Swim's trading platform that you can populate, and all it's going to do is it's going to tell you, hey, this is a news flash. Boom, this is something big that's happened, and it's very, very important, especially at the end of the day. The first hour and the last hour, you're going to have the most volume, the most fireworks, if you will. And at the end of the day, about 10 minutes before the trading day's over, so about 2:50 Central Time, 2:50 Central Time, that's my time. I always look at Trade Flash if I'm at my computer at my platform, and it'll have MOC, market on close, and it'll tell me how many shares or how much dollars is to be bought or sold on the S&P or anything else for that matter. That's a big flash, big part of the news. Well, that will move the market. So you can take that information, and if it's a $5 billion market on close to buy on the S&P, you could take a quick trade if you wanted to and make some money, or you could go short if it's a market on close to sell. Either way, you can do it either way. All right, so let's see here. I'm looking at Halliburton, which is up, which is good. We're in the Halliburton, but we're down big. Let's see how much we're down on the Halliburton. We're down $294 on Halliburton. And Dow Chemical is not good. It's down 53 cents. I'm still in that, and I'm down 187.18 on Dow Chemical. Not good. So those are 2 companies that we've bought less than 30. Let's show you. Let's show you the good and the bad and the ugly right here. Okay, you can see Dow Chemical we got into up here June 26th, and look at that. It's still below 30. So it's been below 30 for 2 weeks. And I'm looking at earnings 723, and up here is what I bought. I bought September 1830 call. I got $305.66 in it. Okay, let's go to Halliburton. They have earnings 721. They've been oversold. They came out of it 3 times. And you know what? They're out of it now. Look at that. They just came out. They just went back in. Okay, it's 29.98 as we speak right now, Halliburton. So it's just up and down, up and down. It's trying to come out of that less than 30, and hopefully it will. And I think it will because their earnings are 721, and companies tend to go up in price the closer you get to earnings. Okay, so that's what we're banking on. But I've got a September 1835 call. I've got 3 options. Wow, I've got $770 into that company. I like to keep my trades most of the time around $500-600 if I can. I can't always. It's according to what the company is. If you remember last couple of weeks, we paid $2,700 for one option on Microsoft. Okay, if it's a really good company, okay, and it's oversold, we got to pay up for that. That's just part of it. But some of these smaller companies, $400 or $500 is all I want to risk putting into that company, because I never know how the market's going to do. If it may we may just get a blowout sale. The market may go down 5% this week, some big event, whatever. And that creates opportunities. So I want to have enough cash to take advantage when good companies are on sale. And when is that? That's when the RSI is less than, you got it, 30. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Let's go back to the market. Let's get the state of the market here back to our 5-minute chart. We are clicking good. Okay. Check that out. So the S&Ps came down at that 9 o'clock time frame. You can see sold off for about 10 minutes, and now 15 minutes later, it's 9:14 with 28 seconds. We're getting close to a daily high. It's trading at 749.27. Okay. The high of the day is 749.54, which is good news. Okay. So we've got a pretty strong market so far today, and which is good. I don't see a lot of strong stocks though. Tesla's pretty strong. AMD is strong. Everything else is just kind of, I guess you could call Hood. Robin Hood is strong. It's up 256, but I don't see a lot of breadth when it comes to the strength of the market. It's going to be pockets of strength, not spread out with everything. Okay, man, I'm glad I sold Microsoft and Netflix. Microsoft is down 7, Netflix down 173. Tesla's continuing to get a bid at $10. SpaceX, it was up $3 5 minutes ago. Look at this. Got a really bad 5-minute candle. It's up $1.63. What's going on with SpaceX? Okay, I don't see a whole lot there. Here's set to join NASDAQ 100. Now this is because they just announced they're set to join the NASDAQ 100, not today, but tomorrow. So there's your news that, bam, just as soon as that happened, that came out at, it actually came out at 8:55. Okay, so I'm a little behind on that. So it says it's going to, SpaceX will become a component of the NASDAQ 100 index prior to the market opening on Tuesday. Okay, so that's basically the same. So I was wrong about that after you read it. That will happen at the end of the trading day. So it will be in the market beginning tomorrow, meaning they've got to buy it today for it to be in it tomorrow, right? Okay. All right. So they'll buy that up probably right at the end of the market, and then post market too. Okay. So either way, it went down. 1 5-minute candle here. It went from 165 to 163. Lots of volatility on space stocks. So be careful if you're in space stocks. I would encourage you to, if you get a profit on space stocks, to take your profit, because it's those things are really volatile, way up, way down daily. And so you don't want to hold a profit on a space stock very, very long, because it could leave you. Okay, rocket away. All right, so we've talked about the VIX. We've talked about Oracle. We're going to wait on Oracle. It's up $1.93, kind of teetering. Excuse me. We did buy AT&T. AT&T is down 20 cents a share. And so let's check that out. We should be down probably. We're down $12. We bought AT&T, a 20 strike, September 18, got 3 calls, and we paid $1.40 a piece for those. So you can say $1.40 times 3, that would be $420. Then you got to add 66 cents times 3. So that would be 180 and 180, right? 180 and 180, 198. So about $2. You got to add on that. So a little less than $500 we put into AT&T. It's oversold right now. We're down $13.50. So it's trading at 27.55 RSI. I'm looking for it to come out in the next couple of weeks. We'll see. I'm looking for Oracle to come out this week. We'll see. So I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to quit sharing this screen, and I'm going to go to my main screen. I don't have anybody in the chat, and I've been talking to you for over an hour, 1 hour and 4 minutes. Okay. So today is the first day of the rest of your life. I hope I've helped you, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.